Hello and welcome to Vegas Odds Football. I'm your host, Daniel Ocho. In this episode, we are going to be breaking down our Week 11 NFL betting picks. We begin, as always, with Thursday Night Football. The Tennessee Titans are on the road at the Green Bay Packers. The line here is Packers minus 2.5. Over-under set at 41. If you've listened to this show, you know that I do not like to bet on Thursday Night Football. It is always a bit of a slog fest. Now we get a Titans team coming off a just altogether bizarre game against the Broncos, where both teams really struggled to move the ball, really struggled to finish drives. 17-10 victory there. The Packers, on the other hand, come back in amazing, nail-biting fashion against a Cowboys team that looked way superior to them through three quarters. The Cowboys blow a game up 2 scores for like the first time in forever. As soon as that stat flashed on my screen, I knew that this Cowboys team was just going to choke this game away. Christian Watson, the second-round pick from the Packers, bursting onto the scene this past week. This is a guy who was drafted as high as he was to be that reliable electricity factory for Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, he came into the league a little bit raw. I think he's a junior college guy, Division I AA, so we couldn't necessarily expect him to be a guy like Jamar Chase, who stepped into the league and was catching 90-yard touchdowns. Now, he catches 3 touchdowns this past week against probably the best defense in the NFL. I saw this game as a coming-out party for Christian Watson. I would be keen on betting on him anytime touchdown scorer this week, even though that line may be a little bit juiced coming off a 3-touchdown performance. You may not get the value there, but screw it. Bet on him to score 2 touchdowns. I could see it happening again. Rodgers does this sometimes where he really falls in love with a target and will just pepper that guy in and out. If you look at the volume statistics for Christian Watson, they weren't incredible. At one point, he had like 4 receptions for 3 touchdowns, which, he's due for some regression there, but I could see that volume increasing as Rodgers begins to rely on him more. But in terms of actually putting a big play or a fun anytime touchdown scorer play in this game, my pick is going to be Treylon Burks, anytime touchdown scorer. The odds are not out yet, but Treylon Burks is a first-round guy. He has that pedigree. Obviously, he's had his falling outs with Vrabel and the coaching staff in terms of being ready to really make an impact early in the offseason. I think he struggled in training camp with asthma issues, so he didn't really get all the practice that you necessarily want from a rookie coming into a new NFL offense. Now he's coming off the IR. He's missed some time, but he sort of slotted right into the role they were beginning to carve out for him before his injury. He ends up with 3 receptions, 24 yards this past week. But to me, this seems like a guy whose role should be expanding over the next month and a half, because the Titans need to see what they have here. Their wide receiver room is one of the weakest in the NFL at this point. They've invested a lot in terms of using Treylon Burks to replace A.J. Brown, not exactly a 1-to-1, but they need Treylon Burks to be a contributor. They need him to get the ball near the red zone, especially in this game where I think the Packers are probably going to not have too much trouble moving the ball despite the fact that the Titans defense is relatively staunch. It feels like Rodgers figured something out in terms of moving the ball with Aaron Jones, with some of these young rookie receivers. So give me Treylon Burks, anytime touchdown scorer on Thursday Night Football.